My boss said my medical leave was inconvenient, so I made it permanent. Have you ever had that moment when someone shows you exactly who they are at the worst possible time? 3 months ago, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer at 29. Terrifying, right? But I had good insurance through my marketing job and thought I had a supportive workplace family. The day after my diagnosis, still in shock, I scheduled a meeting with my boss, Diane. I'd been leading our biggest client account for 2 years, bringing in over $2 million in revenue. I had a solid team who could cover while I underwent treatment. I need to take medical leave, I explained, my voice shaking. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer and need surgery next week, followed by chemo. Diane's first words weren't, "I am so sorry," or "How are you feeling?" Instead, she sighed and said, "This is really inconvenient timing with the Johnson campaign launching." I sat there, stunned, as she continued, "Can't you push the surgery back a few weeks? Maybe do chemo on weekends? Like it was a hobby I could rest, Jewel." I somehow maintained my composure and explained that cancer treatment doesn't work that way. She reluctantly agreed to my medical leave, but made it clear she expected me to stay connected during my recovery. The day before my surgery, while I was completing paperwork for my leave, I received an email from our HR director. It was accidentally forwarded to me but meant for Diane with the subject line, "Replacement for Sarah's position." The email read, "I agree we should start interviewing. If her treatment goes beyond 8 weeks, we can restructure her role. The legal team says we're covered as long as we offer equivalent position when she returns." They were planning to replace me while I was fighting for my life. That night, between tears and anger, I called my college friend who had recently started her own agency. I'd turned down her partnership offer 6 months earlier out of loyalty to my company. She immediately offered me a remote position I could start whenever I felt ready, with full benefits and genuine flexibility. The morning of my surgery, I sent a brief resignation email to Diane AR and copied the CEO. Due to the inconvenient timing of my cancer diagnosis and the plans to replace me during medical leave, see forwarded email below. Consider this my immediate resignation. The Johnson campaign materials are organized in the shared drive. I wish the company continued success. My phone exploded with calls and texts, but I was already being prepped for surgery. The CEO sent a lengthy apology and offered me a different position with a raise. Diane sent a message claiming it was all a misunderstanding. Too late. I started working with my friend's agency 4 months later after my treatment was showing positive results. We just landed the Johnson account last week. They followed me after their campaign mysteriously underperformed under my replacement. Yesterday, I ran into Diane at an industry event. She pulled me aside and said, "You know, you really left us in a difficult position." I smiled and replied, "I know, it was really inconvenient timing. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even pie, it's getting better both in health and in life. And sometimes cancer shows you exactly which bridges are worth burning."